Good afternoon. This is Maria Sanchez broadcasting live with KADYTV.com at the beautiful home of the Westlake Warriors, and I have head football coach Jim Bankert with me. We're speaking with Jim because tomorrow is a historic matchup, once of a kind thus far, and that is your opponent and an away game with Oaks Christian and the Lions. So Jim, tell us about tomorrow.
Well, first of all, we're really looking forward to the matchup tomorrow. Oaks Christian's a really good football team with a lot of tradition and a really good coaching staff, and our kids have been looking forward to this game for a long time. So it's probably going to be a treat for the county and treat for everybody around here to have two good football teams playing, and we're just happy to be there.
Now, I understand it's being broadcast live on Fox Sports. Have you had your games broadcast very often in that regard?
Well, a few years ago we had it consistently, but we haven't had a Fox game in a long time. However, we did have a Fox game 2 weeks ago against Thousand Oaks, which was a good game for us here in the county, and we're looking forward to one on Friday night.
And how long have you been with the Westlake Warriors?
This will be my 22nd year as a head football coach here, so it's been a good run.
You started as a baby, obviously.
Oh, no, not as a baby. It's been 22 great years with a great administration, and couldn't ask for a better place to be.
Now tell us, are you going to do anything different in that this is the first time that you're encountering Oaks Christian?
Well, I don't know a whole lot about Oaks Christian other than films. We've never played them before. We just know that they've been a dynamic football program, won a lot of titles, and we're really challenging ourselves to step up and be ready to play a traditional power like Oaks Christian. From our standpoint, we've been relatively successful, and we feel we're ready to compete. I know our kids are really excited about it, and I'm sure they are too.
Now, we understand that the game is probably going to be sold out, and that if you don't get there early, you're probably going to be locked out. Do you have any advice or suggestions to our viewers?
Yeah, if you don't have a ticket, don't come, because I heard today about noon that it was a complete sellout, and we were planning on selling tickets at the freshman game tonight, but there are no tickets available. And
how does that make you feel? Like, do you think that your players get better because there's that much attention and that hype and that now thousands? I understand 6,000 to 7,000 might be there tomorrow night.
Well, I think they sold 6,000. I believe they seat 5,400, so it'll be standing room only tomorrow night. And our kids are used to playing in big games, so I don't see it as our kids not being ready to play. They know the importance of the game from a standpoint of the Marmani League and how important it is for us to be to stay focused on each game, and Oaks Christian is our next game. They're a tremendous opponent. They had a great game 2 weeks ago against St. Bonaventure. They played a really good game last week, so they're playing well, and we're excited to play against them.
And would you like to highlight any players in specific for tomorrow that we should be looking for in terms of technique, finesse, accomplishment, surprises?
Well, I tell you what, I'm really proud of our offensive line. We start 5 new faces on our offensive line, and 4 juniors and a sophomore, and there's been a lot of hype on our great quarterback, great receivers, and great running back, but the unsung heroes are really our offensive line and our defense, which has played outstanding the first 3 games. So there's a lot of great individual kids that I could name for you, but I think overall the offensive line and the entire defense.
And in terms of the success that Westlake has achieved, especially in your tenure, during your tenure, what do you attribute that to?
Well, great administration, great assistant coaches, and great kids. I think you have to have those 3 things in order to have success year in and year out. And we've been very fortunate. We work real hard, as all the teams in the county, but with the greatest administrative support, starting with our principal, Ron Lapari, in our district office, and then to assistant coaches that have been within our program for a number of years. Some of them have been with me 12, 15 years, so the consistency within the coaching ranks has been great, and then the kids, they come here, they want to play, they know how to work, and it doesn't matter who we play, when we play, they stay focused, and they take care of one another.
And in your tenure here, starting 22 years ago, did you have any idea that it would encompass into your 3rd decade?
Well, it's funny, my first 12 games here, I think we were 0-11-1 in the program, so I was probably second-guessing myself a little bit my first year here, but we righted the ship and were able to get things rolling and such, and it became much more enjoyable when we started winning a few more games.
Now, I'm curious, they talk about Seinfeld in that regard, that when the program debuted, it took weeks and months for it to find its niche. And in this day and age with television, they don't allow that luxury anymore. I would imagine that's the same with coaching. Do you think that another coach that starts today in the year 2010 that had an 11-1 record would have a job next season?
Well, I don't know. When I say 0-11-1, I'm talking about, we were 0-4 in the varsity, 0-4 in the sophomore, and 0-3-1 for the freshmen. So we were 0-11-1 in the program. So we hadn't won a football game in all those weeks here. So and on any level. So I think it was. You got to kind of stay the course, and you kind of keep working hard, and it's going to come, and we had to do that. We had to kind of weather some storms and such, but to answer your question, I think football coaching is a real tough business right now, and even in the high school, it's a lot of hours and a lot of hard work. You spend a lot of time with the kids, and there's not a whole lot of financial reward. You do it for the love of the game and the love of the kids, and I know that's what our coaches do. Most of them are volunteers out here, and they spend a lot of endless hours out here with the kids, and I think those types of things are very important, that the kids know that we're all in it together.
Now, one of the things that we focus on at kadytv.com is the good luck stories, the inspirational stories, the stories of folks who overcome adversity. I would say with your first year that you are the prime example of that. And how did you dig deep and keeping the faith? Where did you go? What were your resources?
Well, I obviously a very supportive family, and my mother, since I've been the head coach here since 1989, and my mother's never missed a game. So it's a family affair. My brothers, my sisters, they're all in the stands. They wouldn't miss a game, and even as their kids have grown up, their kids come back to watch the games. And so every Friday night, it's just kind of like the thing that the Bankert family does. Everybody's in the stands and kind of talking about the last week and where we're going for vacation, and I get left out a little bit because I'm not involved in any of those conversations, so they wonder why I'm not, why it takes me I'm the last one to make the reservations, because you guys forgot to tell me I was busy at the time. But I think you go back to some inspirational stories, like you said, and we have a kid named Justin Solis on our football program, and he grew up here until he was 5, and then he went back with his mom in New York, and was having some problems in New York, and then he came out to live with his grandmother out here. Didn't pass a class in his 7th or 8th grade year, and now he's a 2.5 after 2 years. He's an All-American on the football field, and I just can't see enough great things for kids like that.
That I'm so grateful that you shared that with us, and that also that you showed to the world that if you can do it, it's possible for others to do it, but you can't keep doing it if you don't stay in the game. In other words, if you're on the sidelines, you're never going to succeed. So there you go.
Yeah, in football, you have your ups and downs, and you face adversity every day. And I don't think I mentioned that the kid's name was Justin Solis, by the way. You just, you have your highs and your lows in football. So from that standpoint, you have to weather the storm. And sometimes, like every play, you might get beat. You got to get back up and get back into the game. And coaches are counting on you. The teammates are counting on you. Your parents are counting on you. The community's counting on you. Everybody's kind of counting on you. So, you just pull yourself back up and get back in there. I don't think anybody that's ever played the game hasn't been knocked down or done something wrong or been burned or missed a tackle, missed a block. It's a matter of dealing with that and getting back and be ready for the next play.
Shake it off, right? Coach Jim, congratulations. I'm so privileged to get to meet you. I never have. And good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And we're broadcasting live from Westlake High School, Westlake Warriors. Coach Jim, head coach with the football team here on kadytv.com.